G'day, and welcome back to the walkabout. So I've done a lot of shopping, and you can see I've now bought up. We've got some kukris to play with. We've got all these things here. So this one, you can wear that, and if you get invaded, a hunter comes in. You can wear that, and if you get invaded, you answer requests to go and help. We're not going to probably use either of those, but there they are. We bought some rune arcs, so we got a few of those. We've already picked up tons of upgrade materials, bought a bunch of stone sword keys, so we've got some of them. And that's really it. But that's left me with quite a bit of cash, right? So 150,000 runes. I'm not going to spend it on upgrade levels. I mean, you can, if you want, walk into the game, get to here, and then just farm your way to level 150 and walk through the game, but it'll be very boring. So my advice is don't do that. What we are going to do instead, now that we've killed 2 of our great runes, this capital rampart door is open, freeing up the capital to Macbeth. We're not going in there yet. We want to spend our money. So what we're going to do is come back out here. Doesn't really matter what time of day, because the only thing you've got to worry about are those golems with their great bows. And we're coming down here, dropping down carefully. Remember, gravity is not your friend. And we're hugging the wall around to the left. Continue to hug and you'll see a double jump spring thing. You can see, there you go, there are the vapors. Drop down onto that. Go straight ahead because we're dropping down again, but you want to make sure gravity doesn't get you. Tuck around. Underneath, so now northwest, and this is where we are. We're down here. We're going to here. And you can see a little fire all the way over there. That's our mate. And he sells something really useful and cool. So now that we said hi to him in the boil prawn shack, etc., he's over here.
Looking at. Oh, you again, is it?
Yeah.
Perfect bloody timing, actually.
Good to see you, mate.
I got crab, cooked up fresh.
Definitely buy some crab. And that's what we're going to buy. We're going to buy all of it. And it's really expensive, but you know what? We're going to use it. So we've got now no runes. Don't progress. Don't say you should probably know. Don't progress his quest line. It's the Dung Eater quest line, and we don't want Dung Eater to kill him yet. So don't progress that quest line. A note on these crabs. We're going to use up the prawn first, and then we'll put a crab on. They massively reduce damage. Okay, there are a couple of spells in the game that do it a little bit more, but not many, and those things really heavily reduce the damage taken. So now that we've done that, we want to go and progress Nepheli's quest line. Okay, so we've done all this. We've done Edgar. We're all good with that. We've done this area here. Before we go into any Weeping Everjails, etc., we're going to come up to the Albinorix, up sort of here. Okay, so to get to here, we're going to get there from the Scenic Isle, but it's going to be challenging. You want to do it in the daytime? So definitely do this in the daytime. Because you've got to watch the colour of the water. And also there are death birds around the place. But you need to be watching the colour of the water because it looks like it's kind of got oil all over it when we're in the right place. So remember down here there are octopi. And we're also on the lookout for any glittering beetle balls. There are some. And also, because we're in the lake, we're watching out for lobsters, and we're watching out for crabs, and we're watching out for prawns, and we're watching out for all sorts of guys. But if you look at the colour of the water, it's now gone like oil in water, which is yuck, right? What we're looking for is a bunch of trees on a low sky. If you look straight ahead, you can almost see a little bridge, right? So we want to get into that area. And there's a crab over there. And there's that beetle that I was telling you about. We want this one. If you can get up to it. Vow of the Indomitable. Now, due west from Vow of the Indomitable, looks like there's some bodies hanging from gibbets. This water is all poisonous, so if you're on your horse, you're fine. If you're walking, you'll notice we just took a ton of poison damage. Okay, so we've chatted up here to Nepheli, and because we said hi to Nepheli, she's going to be up here to help us. So say hi. Hello, hello. Good to see ya.
Oh, it's you.
Oh,
No.
it's nice to see you.
I witnessed a sight much the same in my infancy. The oppression of the weak. Murder and pillage unchecked. A wig. But this time, I'm a woman grown.
Okay,
And
let's
though
get
the
him.
Suffering cannot be undone. I can still mete out justice. Justice to the oppressors. Let the scars I carve remind them. I am Nepheli Lu, warrior.
I'm hearing you,
But
Nepheli
this
Lu.
time, though, there's justice to let the scars...
Right, so Nepheli is going to help you. And again, I want her to because I'm pretty sure that we actually need to engage with her lots to be able to push through her quest line. However, let's chat to our ghost. So this says, Old Albus, hide well and still your breath. Yep. However, first things first, we are going to go and avoid that guy there, because we're going to go this way, and we'll deal with him later. Coming across the bridge, we're now going to go and fight the enemy that Nepheli was talking about. Oh, don't die! Or you can just die. Okay, I stuffed that up. Alright, well, we're going to come up this way. And I really want to fight with Nepheli, so we're going to sneak around to the right. And I want to grab her summon sign. Oh, really? I've had about enough of you, pal. Really, dudes? Okay, now that we've summoned Nepheli, we're going to come down here and fight the enemy. That's the enemy over there. He is tough. We're going to eat our prawn. Oop. Summon our mimic. And then drink our flask. Now you can ride in. No, you can't, because we've summoned everybody. So let's get him. He'll come after me, but hopefully other people will partake. Down he goes. Kill the doggy, unfortunately. And that's the enemy down. So for that you get the Crucible Knot Talisman, which is not a particularly useful talisman. But more importantly, we got to defeat the terrible enemy that had been terrorizing this village and hassling all the Albinorics. And we've already collected the rune thing because we fell down the bridge. So try not to fall off the bridge. Okay, so we can now fast travel back to here. And that's Nepheli's quest line push forward, but we're going to push forward another one as well. And that one is the dude up here. So the dude up here, you can totally use your mimic for. He's a perfumer, and they throw lots and lots and lots of fire, right? So up to you. I don't mind using my summon for this, because he's a pain in the butt. He does that. There you go. Didn't need the summon, but always better to need it and have it, not need it and have it, than have it and not need it, and then you know what I mean. So here we are, whole bunch of things saying do something here. Let's just forward roll into it, and it's an old guy pretending to be a pot. Pick up the ivory sickle while you're waiting.
No secrets lie with me, not a one.
You're lying about not having
Please
secrets.
leave me be.
No.
Wait, well. Oh, aye. We're finished. The whole village is finished. The cursemongers have destroyed everything. I beg you. Would you look after this medallion? You must keep it out of the cursemonger's hands.
And he gives
If you
you...
should meet the young Albinoric Latena, then please give it to her. A chosen land awaits us Albinorics. The medallion is the key that leads to the city. It's only a quaint treasure for we who cannot make the journey, but for dear Latena, it is needed to fulfill her purpose. My legs will soon, alas.
His legs will fade, then his life, and then he dies. Sorry, mate. See ya. Yeah, that's just how it goes. I mean, it's unfortunate, but there you go. So he's dead. He's given you the half of the tree. Now we want to go and we want to meet Latena and give it to her. So we're going to go, before we go back to the round table hold. Don't go back to the round table hold yet. If you do, bad things happen to you when you're there. So instead we're going to come down here. And if you just follow where I go, we're dropping down and down to the left, down to the right, and through here, and down to the right. And in here you're going to have lots and lots of weird snails. So these are magic snails that spit power. And come down here. Sort of snake snails, weirdly, kinda. Kill all the snake snails. Snake snails down. And when we get to this bit, some more dropping down, some more parkour. So we're going to come over to the left, I think it is. Yep. Let's tell people. Grab the soft cotton. Soft cotton is an item that lets you drop down safely, which we might use later on. Pick up the smithing stones. Okay, so R3. See how my R3, I'm R3ing. I'm going to get rid of the prawn, replace it with crabs because I don't have any more prawns. And you can come in here and kill these guys. So come on in. They're all going to start spitting magic. Yep. And I'm just going to let them all hit, right? Because I think that's the smartest thing to do. Right. Okay, so you're protecting on, I'd bung on the boiled crab. As soon as we get into this area, you're going to let your mimic in. Highlight that guy. Run. Now, he's got the Bloodhound Fang. He's another Bloodhound Knight. If you get on top of him super fast, you can do a good job. But if you play it safely and head backwards and try and get a bit of distance, then he really starts to come to town, and it's a bad idea. So coming through here, which is what we wanted to do, we can see a woman and a wolf. So chat to the woman. First of all, let's get the grace, just in case you do something silly. Grab the grace, come up here, grab the freebie. Okay, now we've got the grace and the runa. Come and chat to this person. Don't attack her or her puppy.
Foul tarnished. What do you want?
What do you mean foul tarnished?
I told the all-hearing brute that I possess no such medallion. Or have you come to take more from me? Was my other half not enough? Oh. Do you speak true?
Yes.
So old Albus entrusted his medallion to you. Then I've no choice.
but to trust that this was his dying will. Let's try again. I'm Latenna. An Albinoric, the same as old Albus. My apologies for my coarse words earlier. I presume the worst. I hope that you will forgive me.
Sure.
The medallion's better off in your hands anyway. Would you consider doing me a great service?
Yes.
I must go back. There is something I must do, even if I must say farewell to my wolf Lobo. Will you show me the way? To the land of Miquella's Erdtree.
Yes.
If you accept, I would gladly apprise you of the whereabouts of the medallion's other half. Thank you kindly. They say the other half of the medallion is beyond the Forbidden Lands, north of the Erdtree, in Castle Sol, on the mountain tops of the Giants, accessible by the Grand Lift of Rold. Then I suppose it's time. Farewell, Lobo. My faithful wolf. My better half. I will go with the Tarnished, so that our journey will not have been in vain.
Yeah, good.
Forgive me, Lobo.
Thanks, Lobo. So now, you've got Latenna.
Call upon me when needed, and I will fight at your side.
So now you can get Latenna as a summon. And we will be upgrading her and using her as a summon later on. Okay. So that's the lakeside cave done. So get ready for a fight. We're going to go back to the round table hold, and as soon as you do, you're going to get invaded. So pop on our flask. And out comes Ensha. And make short work of him. If you don't, Ensha will run around the place, do lots of magic. He's got bleed, fist weapons that attack you, and all sorts of stuff. So again, aggression is the way to do it. You pick up the clinging bone, and if you're looking to make yourself some form of dodgy, scythy death baby, then you can get his skull helmet and the rest of his royal remains armor. So now we can chat to Herbert and say, what's that all about?
You may be our best hope. Find your way to the Elden Ring.
What was that about?
Oh, my apologies for that nasty business. Ensha got rather ahead of himself, it seems.
Ahead of himself?
As his master. I'd like to. But now, finished.
So ahead of himself. So maybe that was supposed to happen kind of later, was it? And we can have a look and we go, oh, where's Nepheli gone? She's not here. No Nepheli, yo. So we want to find where Nepheli is lurking. And if we come down here, we will hear that she's quite sad. There she is, being sad.
Ah, you. Please, leave me be. It's pathetic, I know, but I need to think. Ah, you. Please, leave me be. It's pathetic, I know, but I need to think.
So she says, I'm just not heavy stuff, just stuff. So Nepheli's in there being all millennial. Come and chat to her dad and go, what's up with your daughter, mate? Come on, time for a bit of parenting. Time for a bit of Dad 101.
Journey to the capital. The two fingers. You may be our... Ah. Indeed. It seemed the whelp harboured suspicions.
Whelp?
So I had no further use for her.
That's a little on the harsh side.
What's a man to do? A determined plebeian is more wicked than an omen horn, quite frankly. I suspect that's just what the Queen wants. A dose of ambition to incite the Tarnished.
Okay. You can ask him about...
You may be.
Oh wait, we can't ask him about them yet. We haven't gone to the... It's okay. Once we go to the capital, we'll be able to have more conversation with him. However, that was a little harsh. I've got no further use for her. Like, dude, you adopted her. She's your foster daughter. How about you stop being such a bastard?
Ah, you, please. It's pathetic, I know.
I chat to your dad.
Already, do you? Right. It's true. My father cast me out for indulging my emotions, forgetting the mission, punishment for offing his pawns. Lord Gideon has offered me guidance all my life. I would have done anything for him, to place him on the throne of Elden Lord. And yet though it was not my intent, I betrayed him. And I can no longer trust in Father. To think he'd order his men to enact such tragedy. Where is the justice he purports in that? He once told me that if he became Elden Lord, he would never allow the downtrodden to be cheated ever again. No, how could I say? Father has... And now... No, how could I... Father has... And now...
So she's quite sad, and we will be getting her a little present to cheer her up, but we're not going to get that just yet. Now that we've sort of identified, you know, pretty sad, not that happy, let's think about getting into some other quest lines. We're going to come up into this area, and we're going to come up and start taking out some Erdtrees. And so with that in mind, we need to get ourselves a few death roots. We want to pick up a few death roots, which means we want our sword to not be a fire sword, but we want it to be a sacred sword. So we want to make sure the Ash of War is Sacred Blade, and we'll put it on heavy. And now we're going to go and we're going to kill a few of these mariners. So we killed the first mariner there, right? So now let's come up to Saints Bridge, and we're going to go into the death-touched catacombs. Oh, we've already done the death-touched catacombs. Okay, so we've already done the death-touched catacombs. So we should put a little thing there. We're going to come up to the other death-touched catacombs. These ones. Alrighty. So there's one up here. And the way we're going to get to it is come to this Eastern Tableland side of grace. And we're heading up along the right-hand side. We'll see how far we can get this episode. So it's careful. You've got to stick carefully to the right-hand side because there are enemies. You're going to breeze past the old palace. We're not going in there. We're coming up to the right-hand side. And this is a little pathway that is, you know, it's not guarded, but along this pathway are giant bears. So just be aware. I tend to stick to the right. And you'll see as you're going, particularly large bear just there. And now he's sort of coming after you. He's sort of yelling. She's sort of thinking, yeah, I could have breakfast. I could eat. That looks like a Scotsman. It could be tasty. We're going all the way up here. There's nothing else here. There's nothing for you to grab. You can farm dragonflies if you really, really want to. And up here there's a Trina's Lily. We're coming down the side behind that guard. You can fight that guard if you wish. You don't get anything for it apart from a bit of grief. And instead we are going to go in here and rest, because he does this weird teleport thing where he kind of appears and disappears and appears and disappears, and I don't want anything to do with any of it, so we're going to come in here. So remembering how we deal with skeletons, you have to hit them again. We will, however, be turning on our Sacred Blade here because there's just too many of them. That's the boss. Yeah, see, it's not working, so we're going to use this instead. We're going to use our sacred weapon. Now, those guys summon the skeletons. Watch out for these things. They will land on your head and they do hurt. First of all, we're going to come downstairs. We don't need to. But as long as we've got Sacred Blade on, I think it's a good idea. Come in here and kill a bunch of skellies. They're all hanging around in here. So you can see here, you can pick up a grave too. There's nothing else there. However, we're about to get a couple of largish crabs. So with the crabs... Whoa! Get out of here! Hopefully. Ow! Bloody crab, there's another one behind you. See, there's that one over there. I think we should go kill him. Myself. Because the whole point of being down here is when we open that door, we don't want to get ganked by crabs. Okay, so all they drop is crab eggs. If you want to cook with crab eggs, you go right ahead. Again, it's not anything I have any interest in doing. So up here, there are 2 bosses. Though this area actually has, unfortunately, got 2 bosses. And we need to kill both. So we're going to be riding up there while these guys gank us. Stand on top. Jump in here. Go straight ahead. Kill him. Oh, thanks for dying late. I appreciate you dying after you flung your bloody fireball at me. Yeah, you should both just successfully land. You should just... That should work. That's fair. Woof. Alright, so... This is your first boss. Oh, grade 4, sweet. We're lucky, we're not. Charged R2s for the win. And for him, you get the Cerulean Dagger, which we now have both. So the Crimson Dagger critical hits restore HP, the Cerulean Dagger critical hits restore FP. We are not a critical hit build. If you were a dagger build or a critical hit build, that's your bread and your butter. Not us though. So now we're going to come down here, and this is the area that we protected ourselves from, and we're just going to run past. We don't need anything in here. That's opening, and again we want to open this up. And this is where you would have got ganked. Whew. Okay. Back up here. They're following us, of course. Now we're going to fight the actual boss of the area, so you can bung that on and get a bit of health back while we get to the actual boss of the area. He's down here. I think we still have skellies following us. Do we? So I don't actually have enough health left to not let this bring back some of my health. I've only got 3 left, and I'm going to have to use 1 when I put on my... when I summon my Mimic. So I'm going to let it tick forward a little bit, just to let you know, in this area, the reason we've got Sacred Blade on, the boss is what's called a Cemetery Shade. Really, 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 really weak to Holy, but super dangerous. So you need to run away and then basically send Sacred Blade out to get him. If he stabs you, it's pretty hardcore. And I think we're looking pretty good, so we should be able to go in. I'll show you what I mean. Summon straight away. And then run to your left. You know what? It'd be nice if my bloody Mimic did anything. And you can see that that's just doing a lot of damage. So you need a bit of distance, but importantly for us, we've managed to pick up another death root. We're going to finish up the episode by taking the death root back to our boy and handing it in. He's over there. And when you give him the death root, we've got 2. We didn't hand the other one in.
Feed me.
He gives you Bestial Sling.
Feed me.
And Bestial Vitality. And that's what we want. We want Bestial Vitality. And I'm going to show you why. So Bestial Vitality is the spell that slowly restores health over time. So the build is starting to take shape. What we're going to look like is someone who is always... We've got Bestial Vitality on. And then our sword, the axe that we're carrying there is restoring FP, and that's restoring health. So we want to be restoring health and restoring FP at all times. Okay. Looking pretty good so far. See you soon.